What's going on? Back plugged in again with your boy the Prophet. I got a really special tier list for you guys today. So this is actually a 3-part tier list, alright? So today I'm going to be covering all of the best SP characters by attribute. I'm also going to be ranking the attributes to let you guys know who has the best SP characters in terms of stat, skills, damage, clear time, and kit. So their kit is going to be pretty much the main factor today. For the most part, it's going to be pretty much kit and clear time are going to be how we're going to rank the SP characters overall. And then I don't know whether I'm going to release it tomorrow. I'll probably release it tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll do the best auto units all listed together and like by attribute to show which attribute has the best auto units. And then I'll do another list with both together and I'll just talk about it briefly. The last one should be the shortest of these, I would imagine. But yeah, man, so that's the agenda for the next day or so. But yeah, man, we about to get popping. Hope you guys do the content. Let's get it lit. Drop my shit.
What would you do for the come up? I seen a lot of niggas looking for the come up. They left a nigga down bad, I had to come up. And hustle from the night down into the sun up. I had to switch up, nigga, no I ain't mad at you. I just had to come up and look at just what that bag would do. I charged into the game cause I said I won't complain. Ain't been no sunny days, I had to get it out the rain. Look.
Back plugged in again. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, so this tier list is going to be a bit different than normally. Rather than going over everything just one by one individually, I'm just essentially going to just talk about the whole entire list as it contains. So right here, I have the best links in the game. Well, the best links for SP characters, right? So these are all going to be the best links for SP characters, and I'll explain why. So first we have this Rose. And the reason that he's such a great SP link is because he has 14% recharge as well as 16% strong attack damage. So that and this Nelia, she has 14 recharge and 16 strong attack damage. This Lunar Ichigo, he has 10 recharge and 25% strong attack damage. So he's the best link for actual like damage comparatively. But just so you guys know, going from 10 recharge to 14 could make a small difference, but going to 10 to 12 or from 12 to 14 recharge, it's not going to really make much of a difference at all, just because even if you stack 14 recharge links, your strong attacks are still going to be roughly a fraction of a second or two, that extra 1 or 2% cooldown. So just keep that in mind. And essentially the links that aren't on here are the frenzy links. So for instance, Frenzy Byakuya and Frenzy Yoruichi, those two aren't on here, so just keep that in mind. And essentially what you'll notice now is that every attribute has at least one strong attack recharge and strong attack damage link. So Lunar Ichigo, as I said, he's 10 recharge and 25 strong attack damage. This Stark, he is going to be 12 recharge and 16 strong attack damage. Same with this Byakuya, he's going to be 12 recharge and 16 strong attack damage. Same with this Toshiro, 12 and 16. This Ginjo, however, he actually has 30% low stamina damage as well as 10 recharge, excuse me. So essentially with him, if you get low stamina damage, your normal attack, your strong attacks, and your soul bomb all get 30% extra damage combined with him having recharge. So you do have to get low stamina. He's the only low stamina and recharge link in the game. So that definitely needs to be said. Now before this, Rose got resurrected, who he was like the most recent to get resurrected out of these characters. Mine did not have a strong attack damage and a strong attack recharge link. So yeah, that was pretty slacking. Now keep in mind that Tech has Frenzy Yodoichi. They have this Nelio, and then they have this Toshiro. So Heart has 3 strong attack recharge and 3 strong attack damage. Technique has 2. They have this star for the for all intents and purposes of the video. Fullbring Ichigo should be right here as well because he is a 20% sad and 10% recharge. So yeah, Fullbring Ichigo should be right here. Obviously, you got Senkai's here last, and he is of course of every attribute, right? So just so you guys know, just so we're clear, Heart has 3 sad SAR links, which means if you have a max link slotted Heart character, you can go Frenzy Yodoichi, Heart Tosh, and then the Swimsuit Nelio, right? With Tech, you can do Fullbring Ichigo, and then you can do Stark. That's 2 for Tech. And then for Power, they have 2 as well. They have Tag Team Byakuya and Frenzy Byakuya. And then you have Mind and Speed who have 1 apiece. And also, you have Mind who has low stamina damage as well as recharge. So that could be better just because you get the extra soul bomb damage. Literally. Alright, so if you really want to stack a Mind character out for the best damage, this character would be necessary with low stamina damage. So, but okay, then we're going to go ahead and move on to Tech. And essentially, guys, what we're talking about are the kits. I'm showing you guys today what attribute has the best kits versus strong attack damage, all right? And I'm comparing them to each other. That's the whole premise of this video. So for today, Killer, we're not going to think about Killer very much. Now, the thing is that Killer is massive because it's an extra 20% or 60% damage if you're in something like IZ or anything where Killer is boosted like Guild Quest and stuff like that, right? So right now we're mainly looking at kit. So we're ranking every attribute by the characters with the best kit for SP, clearing time, and damage. So for Technique, you have Stark, who had the best kit of a Tech character overall. I would say, yeah. He has a beam for strong attack, 960-second strong attack, and a 1200 radius third. Of course, recharge. He does not have guard break, nor does he have berserker, but he does have that havoc and godly strong attacks. Keep in mind that his first isn't exactly that 725 beam. It's a 690 beam, so doesn't go as lengthy, doesn't go as far, nor is it as wide. So his beam is not as good as most other first strong attacks you see, but it's still a melee collision beam. He still has havoc, so it's still a very, very, very good first strong attack. Then next is the Yamamoto, and you know, a lot of people, like, you can't deny his kit. He has a lunging first strong attack with havoc, and then his second is an 870 lunge where he catches a lot of distance. So overall, I would actually say his second could be slightly better than a 960 AoE. Just because of the 870 radius doesn't equate the distance that he travels at all. So there are people within, like for instance, this Rukia, right? She has an 800 radius second strong attack and she doesn't move. Yama's had the same back and side width except more, 70% more radius, and he lunges forward very far. So as soon as he hits you, you're taking all those hits, instant death. Like, you know what I mean? Yama's issue is that he don't have killer, except for a few cases with inheritance zone when they do like the 1 out of 9 times that he has killer, guild quest, and then this transcendence event that we have right now. So he's going to be losing 20% damage in most cases. This Tech Rukia, the only reason I have Tech Rukia over Ginzuru, and mind you, I'm not listing characters how I would standardly list them for a tier list, just so you guys know, because if that was the case, Ginzuru would basically be number 1, Stark wouldn't be here. I'm mainly going by kits, alright? So kit and damage, okay? Just so you guys understand. But killer is very, very important, and so are things like guard break, which is going to give you more damage. But more AoE is going to be better than more damage, because you can always add more damage with accessories, transcendence, link slots, but you can never add more AoE. So that's a big difference between this Rukia and Stark. Or, for instance, this Rukia and Ginzuru, because Rukia has a better first strong attack than Ginzuru, but Ginzuru is overall way better. I'm just saying that Rukia has a better kit. So, I mean, you know, if you want to just do this just to feel good about it, because, yeah. And I don't think Yamamoto would be over, like, I don't think Yamamoto would be like over all these characters in tech, because if you want to go by straight up clear time, then TLA Soy Phone at level 10 SP is clearing faster than all these people. Excuse me. Yeah, she would be clearing faster than everyone. And since she was in a filler in a 30-step banner that was Burn the Witch, a lot of people have Soy Phone like 3 of 5 or 5 of 5 right now, even as new players, if they went really deep on the Burn the Witch banner. So Soy Phone is now kind of more relevant than ever. People that maybe had her 2 of 5 now got her 5 of 5, and they can actually max transcend her and use her to her full power. Soy Phone is the best character in this tier when it comes to just straight clear speed. If Soy Phone has killer and level 10 SP, no one's clearing faster than her. We're more or less ranking characters on their kit today. So overall, yeah, the list will be different, like I said. So but yeah, you have Rukia, who she has the same kind of kit as this Retsu. Rukia had the exact same kit as this Retsu. She has the exact same kit as Libaro, Bankai Shinji, and SS Biak, as well as the same kit as Noelle, and Koga as well, except she just does not have that Havoc, right? So she's missing 20% AoE. So, but she does have Berserker, okay? So yeah, then you got Ginzuru, who he has the same second strong attack and third strong attack as Rukia, plus guard break, of course, but he has a lunging first. And a beam covers way more ground than a lunge. Lunge is better in some cases, but a beam is significantly better because the more powerful you are, the more transcendence you have. If your strong attacks are better, they're going to kill. They're going to wipe. With Rukia's first strong attack, she's going to kill 2 waves every single time. 2.5 waves if you place it right in certain maps. Ginzuru, you're gonna maybe be able to kill 2 waves if you plan it right with his first. They got to be kind of close, you know, but it's still possible to kill 2 waves consistently with the lunge first strong attack. The reason TLA Soy Phone is back here for now is really because she don't have like a beam, but she has what none of these other characters have, which is long stride. So you're going to be doing more flash steps than you're going to be using strong attacks. Like, it's a fact. You're going to be flash stepping more than you're going to be using strong attacks. So being able to flash step 4 times faster than any other unit makes Soy Phone the fastest clearing unit in the game still, if she has, work put into her. Fullbring Ichigo and if you really want to be kind of real, Fullbring Ichigo does have a better kit than Soy Phone. Kind of because of the second strong attack, but Soy's second strong attack plays into her kit. But Fullbring Ichigo has a lunging first, a 725 beam second strong attack, and a full screen third. Flies in, if his second strong attack didn't come back every 20 seconds on max cooldown, he would be way higher because he had the best lunging first strong attack in the entire game. His first strong attack is 750 radius, and he lunges super fast, super far. It is without a doubt the best lunge strong attack in the game. No comparison, all right? This Halibel is way back here because her first strong attack is one of the worst type of lunges you can have. The damage is segmented, meaning it damages in 3 separate waves. And so you're not going to just spike, 2 waves for max damage. Most of your damage doesn't come until the strong attack is over, and most lunges are not like that. The second that lunge hits, you're done. Like, the hits stop after a maximum of 6, but the animation continues. With her hit calculation is broken up into her animation finishes, so that makes her considerably slower comparing her lunge to a lot of other lunges. Now, as you guys will see, Heart is in a really weird place because none of the perfect kitted units have good killers at all. So that is a big focus on this video, so you guys know. Like, Chojuro has God Kit. That's a 870 width by 3000 length beam, 900 first strong attack, 960 radius second strong attack, and a 1200 radius third. or 1173rd, however you want to slice it, or distant charge attack. I would say any of those three will get you God kit, the best kit possible. You know what I mean? So yeah, so Chojuro had the best kit possible, same exact kit as Lilibaro, Bankai Shinji, SS Byaku, and Noel, except he doesn't have a good killer. He does have a lot of the intangibles, 20% extra damage to paralyzed enemies and all that good stuff. So yeah, he has a great kit, the best kitted unit of Heart for sure, but he has a bad killer, so he's going to be losing out on damage in most cases. You have Apache, who she has the second best kit out of a Heart character, and once again has a very bad killer, being a Spada killer. So she's going to be really good for Guild Quest. Her first strong attack is 1200 by 1200, so it's 1200 wide and 1200 length. So it's better for Guild Quest because that's a shorter stage, but it's not good for just being able to like rip down multiple waves, because in most times you're going to need about 2000 length forward with the beam strong attack to be able to make it very effective. I would even say maybe 1500 length, you know, to be right up front, you know what I mean? But so without Havoc, it will be 1000 by 1000, so it's going to be really short on, it'll be full screen in front and should cover the width of full screen, quote unquote, but just very short comparatively. So Retsu is your second best, or your third best, because she has a beam, 725 beam first, 800 radius second strong attack, and a full screen third, which is the exact same kit as Lilibaro, Bankai Shinji, and SS Byaku, as well as Noel and Chojuro, except she doesn't have Havoc. She does have Guard Break, so she's going to get extra damage. She's never going to lose out on any damage, but she's losing out on killer effect. So unless you get dupes into her, she's not going to be the best to clear. Like, it's always going to be better to have killer because you're getting 60% bonus if it's IZ and 20% anywhere else. So keep that in mind. Dead Society Rukia, I would say she's probably the best overall Heart SP character because she has a great kit. Lunging first, she has an 800 radius second strong attack and a distant charge strong attack third, as well as 3 flash steps, and those flash steps do help dramatically. That extra flash step does help in things like epic raids, for just dodging bosses, for giving you more immunity frames. It's going to keep you safer overall. And the fact that her charge is a distant AoE, so it's basically like has range behind her, range on the side of her, and then a lot of forward radius. It does double the damage when you charge it. So in stuff like co-op where she shines because of her IZ +5 link, she's going to absolutely rip content up. And she has the best killer in the game, and she's a neutral attribute too, so that really does help her as well. With weakening on everything, giving her soul vibe extra damage. Double killer, Mugetsu, with hollow and no affiliation. Lunging first, 800 radius second strong attack, and a full screen third. I call that demigod kit. So yeah, he has a very similar kit to this Ukiura. Wait, hold on, no. He has a, well, okay. He has a very similar kit to Candace. That's what it is. Yeah, lunging first, strong attack, 800 radius second, and then full screen third. Just no Havoc, right? So you have a few other units that have that same kit, like this SS Nemu has a lunging first, 960 second, and a full screen third. But yeah, so Mugetsu has that same kit. No Berserker, holds him back a little bit. And you got a character like Sad Kin who has somebody like Shuhei has a better link than him, but the fact that he can transform, his biggest weakness is that he is a sad link, but he does have that Zeta Pill skill, and he has a lunging first, a beam second strong attack, and a full screen third, very similar to like Kidenji, who has a lunge, then a beam, and then a 1170 distant forward, right? So it's not the exact same as Kidenji, but the same first and second as like Kidenji, except without Havoc, and then like Fullbring Ichigo. So he had the same kit as like Fullbring Ichigo, Mind Ichigo, for the most part. His biggest weakness is that he's a sad link, and that's basically what I'm saying, is that pretty much every Heart SP unit has something flawed about them. Every single last one of them. Like Mugetsu doesn't have a Berserker or Havoc. Ruki has a charge attack. Some don't like charge attacks, but aside from that, Ruki is perfect, literally. Shuhei, his second strong attack is not great. It's not good. Like, Shuhei has one of the worst second strong attacks on this entire list. I think he does have the worst second strong attack on his list. The only way you can have a worse second strong attack is to have a similar strong attack with like enhanced cooldown. But it is a distance 750 AoE, but he has no sort of back or side range. So it's just this little area in front of you, and it hits in 2 waves, meaning it's almost impossible to kill 2 waves with his second strong attack, which means in more cases your first is going to be more beneficial to use than your second. His second will group up enemies. That second wave is going to get, like, you know, grouped up maybe, but you're going to have to use another strong attack to kill them. So, you know. And then there's my Yuri. His biggest weakness is that he has a 900 radius third. That's pretty much it. Other than that, he's pretty solid. He has the same kind of full bring Ichigo, kind of heart Kenpachi, you know, mind Ichigo kind of kit, where he has a lunging first, a beam second strong attack, and then he has a, you know, 900 radius third, not a full screen. And then moving on to the third best attribute for SP characters, which is going to be speed. Really, mine kind of just shot up because of Noel, low-key. But 5th anniversary Byakuya, and basically we're ranking the characters, right, by their killer, like you know, just like thinking about them, grouping them by their killer. And I know it's a lot different for Heart, but if you think about it, this Byakuya, he's the best Soul Reaper killer and Hollow killer for speed. So he covers 2 killers, meaning you rank attributes by who's your best at what killer, right? So for speed, your best Hollow and SP and Soul Reaper killer are Byakuya. Then your best Arrancar killer is going to be Basby. And then once this video is over, I'll kind of talk about that. But 5th anniversary Byakuya, he has the unique skill to him called Sharpshooter, which gives him 100% range resistance as well as guard break combined. So he counts as range and melee, has 2 killers. So he's good in 4 weeks of guild quest. His second strong attack is the best second strong attack in the entire game, because it's the 960 second strong attack that we all know and love, except it has a vortex that seeks enemies and it lasts for 6 seconds, and the cooldown is only 8 seconds with cooldown links. So there's only 2 seconds that you are without your second strong attack being either on the field or completely just spiking everything. And he actually gets double damage from his second strong attack. There are literally double magnifications on the second strong attack. So the 960 is its very own strong attack, and the vortex has its very own magnifications as well, but the same cooldown. So it's really incredible. No character has no kind of second strong attack anywhere, no kind of strong attack that has double magnifications with melee collision. No one does. He just held back a little bit by his first, which is a range collision. So, but it doesn't really matter because his second comes back so fast. And if his first was a lunge, there would literally be no way that any character could be better than this Byakuya. Overall, this Byakuya is the first or second best SP character in the game. He has very high autoing prowess because of how his kit works. His third is distant in front of him and then explodes. So it has a lot of hits. Some cases having a lot of hits is good. Most cases it's not. The damage is actually broken up into 2 waves for his third strong attack. So keep that in mind as well. So overall, he doesn't have the best kit, but his second strong attack is leaps and bounds better than anyone. Combined now with his sharpshooter skill, his double killer, best speed SP unit in the game, and the first or second best SP unit in the entire game. Then you got Kirinji, 3 flash steps, havoc, reviving mechanic on his soul bomb, lunging first, beam second strong attack with the distant AoE 1173rd. I call this demigod kit. So lunge, beam, and then full screen or distant AoE third. So that's what I would call demigod kit. That combined with the fact that he does boost all strong attack damage if you're a speed soul reaper, which that's going to be most of the people that you're going to be using, as well as the fact that he has a revive mechanic means his place will always be secured. We got Bambietta, who does have a better second strong attack than Kirinji, but her first strong attack comparatively to his is much weaker. Her first is a range collision, melee collision split. It is unique to her though, as it is pretty decent overall, being that the melee collision is at the end, the range collision at the beginning. So if you do get the mobs close to you when she drops a strong attack out, you get good damage. But some people just like to just let the explosion hit people at the very end, and then in that case you're losing out on damage. So, but either way, her kit overall having Havoc, and her, you know, second and third, and her first being solid, you know, that pretty much secures her place as a very top tier Sorcerer killer. Baz lunging first, 960 second, and then a charge attack third. The thing I don't like about his charge is it's not distant, right? It's surrounds him. It is 1080 radius, so if you charge it, he's going to get twice the damage. But if it was out in front of him, it will be way, way better. But you do have to kind of get right into the middle of the enemies to get the most impact out of his charge. And I think that's what kind of like, I think that's kind of why people don't like it. Like, I like distant charge attacks significantly more than just, you know, AoE circle charge attacks. Okay, I think a lot of people do too. You got this Yamamoto who invented God Kid. Normally I would have Ukiyor over Yamamoto because of guard break, but overall Yamamoto does have a better kit. You know, Yamamoto invented God Kit, the beam first, 800 radius second, and a full screen third, same as Tech Rukia, same as Lele Baro, Shinji, SS Byac, Noel, Chojuro, except he doesn't have Havoc, right? So Yamamoto invented the God Kit. He does not have Berserker either. He does have the walking supernova after he casts his soul bomb. He does get that walking vortex around him. So that's really, really cool. And it has soul bomb magnifications. So it's going to hit really hard. Better kit than Ukiyor, but overall Ukiyor is going to do more damage, and he's going to, you know, be able to clear stuff a little bit better in most cases. But Ukiyor had that same demigod kit, lunge first, beam second, and then full screen third. He just had weaken on everything with guard break, so he's never going to lose out on any damage, on top of him having a great killer being hollow. Kisuke, no affiliation killer, so he is the best no affiliation killer for speed. And he has a beam first, 800 radius second, and then a charge attack third, and a surrounding charge, right? So it's 900 radius if I'm not mistaken, and it's not distant. It's just right around him, okay? So, you know, overall, he has a very great kit. He does have 40 Bruiser Berserker, though. Very, very crazy magnifications. I know a lot of people don't really care for those just straight AoE charge attacks, but you can't discount that he's an amazing character, definitely top tier. And then Kokuto, he demigod kit. Well, actually more of sort of god kit, where he has a lunging first, a beam second, and a full screen third. The exact same type of third as 5th anniversary Byakuya, except he does not have Havoc, okay? So that's kind of what Kokuto does. He's like a dinosaur, right? Because not a lot of people have this character. Not a lot of people know of him. He had the same type of kit as Adult Toshiro. So, you know, Adult Toshiro started what God Kid is, and we'll talk about him later. Mind, I feel, is definitively the second best attribute for SP characters. You have Noel as the best no affiliation and Soul Reaper killer, who has the most insane magnifications possible. 60% Berserker with a 20% strong attack damage link, which gives her 80% Berserker on top of Frenzy, which is absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. She also nullifies range resistance. So she's the best character for Guild Quest, for Mind, without a doubt. I mean, she's the best character for Extreme Co-op, for Mind, without a doubt. Same with same with 5th anniversary Byakuya and 5th anniversary Ichigo. So yeah, Noelle is the best SP character for Mind, and she is overall, in my opinion, the best SP character in the game for her kit overall. Her damage and kit, there's really no comparison. Now, like 5th anniversary Ichigo and Byakuya are better than her overall because they have the guard break on top of the nullified range resistance, but she has a better kit than both of them altogether. You know, she has a beam first strong attack, where 5th anniversary Ichigo has a lunge, and then Byakuya has a range collision. They all have the exact same second strong attack, right? 960, 960, 960, except Byak's functions is doubled, actually tripled, because he has another strong attack that homes. So he can rip co-op like no other, right? So overall, Byakuya is like a co-op god, all right? But yeah, when it just comes to straight kit, it's just characters like Noel, Lilith Baro, Bankai Shinji, and SS Byaku that have like the god kit, cream of crop kit right now. And Chojuro does too, okay? So yeah, and then you got Candace, who she has a lunging first with Havoc, 960 second and full screen third with 3 flash ups, weakened defense. Weakened defense is absolutely amazing. One of the best things that you could actually have on a character because it really amplifies your soul bomb damage. And I did mention that this Shuhei had that that debuff ability on his soul bomb, which pretty much functions like weakened defense, but enhanced. But it only affects one wave, so the top wave of enemies. So like if you're bombing like a whole wave, like a whole like room or whatever, and bosses are at the end, you won't get the extra damage on any wave except for the very first one. So he does have that. It's really good for like epic raids mostly, and for guild quests it's pretty good. But like I said, it would only damage one wave, the enhanced damage, but he does still have like the weakening, you know, with the all that good stuff on the soul bomb. But yeah, weakened defense is great. Yeah, and like I said, so overall, Koga does actually have a better kit than Candace because of his first. You know, a beam is better than a lunge overall, but Koga does not have that berserker, nor does he not have 3 flash ups. But yeah, so Koga is the best. Not the best kitted mine character because of Noel, but he's the best kitted hollow killer for mine. Beam first, 960 second, and he had the same type of third as like Kidenji, where it's 1170 distant in front of him, and the same as this Power Hikone has that same third strong attack, and you know, has Havoc as of course, but it doesn't have Berserker, so that does hold him back. But his kit is an absolute dream. If you get some dupes in this character, he's absolutely amazing, and the only thing he lacks is a little bit of damage output, but Transcendence is going to solve that, and he's a premium character, so you'll get dupes of him eventually. But the best kitted mine hollow killer by far. Then you got Hikone Ubuginu, who, if we were counting speed clearing, would definitively be over Koga, like for sure. But we're more or less counting kit more than anything in this tier list. So Koga has a better kit than Hikone. I'm okay with that. Hikone has something that no one else has on his list aside from this soy phone, which is Long Stride, right? And Long Stride allows Soifon and Hikone to clear content faster than anyone when they have Killer, right? So on top of that, he has Weakening with that same type of kit, where he has a lunging first, 800 radius second, and a full screen third. With Weakening on everything, with paralysis immunity, he's a good autoer and stuff like that. So yeah, you got that with Hikone. Long Stride makes him incredibly OP. And with Long Stride, if Candace didn't have 3 flash steps, Hikone would be like right here. But with Candace having 3 flash steps, so he's just twice as fast as her, and she has 20% more AoE and 20% more damage and weakened defense, yeah, Candace definitely gets it over him overall. But yeah, so Hikone is really good right there for this list. Then you got Mind Ichigo, who has a lunging first, beam second, and a 970 distant AoE third. Same as like this Hikone, same as Kidenji, and the same as Koga, except this Ichigo doesn't have Havoc. So he does have the Zeta Pill skill with the transformation mechanic, which gets him more magnifications, 40 Bruiser Berserker, and an incredible killer being Soul Reaper. So one of the best units. I think some people don't like that his second is a first strong attack, and some people have Havoc and he doesn't. So some people don't really think of like, okay, well his second strong attack is now a first strong attack, and if I have Havoc, then the first strong attack is better than his second. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what some people don't really like about him. But at the end of the day, not every character can have a beam 1 at 800 and a full screen third. Some characters have to have lunges and other type of variations of good kits. Then you have characters like this Nelia, who she has a lunging first and a lunging second, and her third is very similar to Kokuto and 5th anniversary Byakuya, where it's full screen in front of her and then, you know, segmented damage in 2 waves. So Soul Reaper Killer, very good, like very solid unit, very great kit, very fun to play. almost exactly similar to this zombie Toshiro, who his third is the same as this Ichigo, 975 distant in front of him, side range, back range, all that great stuff. So yeah, but I would say Nelio's probably a little bit better than him just because she has slightly better magnifications and she's a newer character. Then you have a character like this Shinji, who a lot of people sleep on. We're mainly comparing Kit today, so there might be one or two characters overall that maybe could have been higher than this Shinji, but he has Havoc, so a 570 lunge first. His second is 1080 width and 3000 length back, and he has a 1200 radius third strong tech. So if you have this character just laying around with dupes in him and you don't have Mind Koga, I would definitely say maybe you should use him. Once he gets resurrected, if he gets a SAR link, he's going to be a top tier character in the entire game. Now going to move on to the best attribute for overall SP characters and damage. You have 5th anniversary Ichigo, who is the best Hollow killer and a Rancor killer. And on top of that, he has Marauder, which gives him guard break plus 100% melee resistance plus 60% berserker with weakening, with the charge attack third that doubles his damage, with the best second strong attack in the game other than 5th anniversary Byakuya, and a lunging first with 3 flash steps. So he is incredible. The best SP unit in the game as far as overall kit and damage and things that he can do goes. I would still say Byakuya is significantly better in co-op, although his third lets him nuke bosses in co-op. His second is way better for clearing mobs and for keeping your team safe. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover all these 3 characters in one fell swoop. They all have the exact same kit. I've said it many times. This is the pinnacle of God kit in the game right now. 870 beam first strong attack by 3000 length range. 960 second strong attack, full screen third. All these characters have that exact same kit with the exact same killer. Thank you, K-Lab. I hate you. I love you. So yeah, so this Ichigo, like I said, he's the best. He's the best Hollow killer and a Rancor killer in the game. And then you have the 3 best Soul Reaper killers in the game, except for Noel. All in the same attribute, okay? And then you have this Nemu, who has the exact same kit as Candace. Lunging first, 960 second, full screen third. She don't have the 3 flash steps or the weakened defense like Candace does, so she isn't as good as Candace. But she is the one of the best Rancor killers for power SP overall. Then it gets a little bit funky because you got this Hikone, who he has a significantly better first strong attack than both of these two, but he has a worse second. The third is up for debate. I'll say 1170 with Havoc is definitely better than the full screen, but he has higher magnifications and additional damage to weakened enemies, or additional chance to weaken Soul Reapers when he has killer and all that good stuff. So yeah, but his first is significantly better than theirs with more damage, but they have a way better second. Tosh does for sure. But overall, I would say Hikone is going to be better than these two slightly, I guess, because his first strong attack is significantly better, but and his third is better, let's just say. But he loses the second strong attack battle between both these people, and I would even take Hikone's second strong attack over Shuhei's second strong attack, literally. But this Toshiro is one of the, literally started what God Kid is. There would be no God Kid if he didn't introduce it and become so popular. He actually has a unique lunge, being its 575 radius around him, and he doesn't have Havoc. So Nemu and Candace, any other person with the lunging first strong attack, is going to have 570 radius, but his has 575 standardly without Havoc. So if he gets Havoc, his first is going to be like 700 AoE around him. If he gets Havoc, he's going to be one of the best characters in the game. Combined with him having weakened defense and, getting those Berserkers and Bruiser that the units of today have, he's going to be amazing. This Nemu, overall, I would say she's better than Toshiro because she had that Berserker, right? And the extra flash step and a reviving mechanic. But today, we're mainly focusing on kit, okay? So, overall, Tosh does have a better kit than Nemu. Lunging because, yeah, overall. But her third is 1200 radius, so she does have a better third than him. And but his first is slightly better, and his second is better as well. So hers gets more length, hers gets more spread AoE back range and side range. For Toshiro. So yeah, man, that is the list. That is the best SP characters ranked by attribute, as well as the best links in the game. Like I said, this is going to be a two-part list. Tomorrow I'm going to be ranking the best auto characters in terms of attribute, exactly how we did today. We're going to be ranking the attributes as well to show you, and then maybe later on tomorrow we'll do a video with with this huge tier list with all of them, and we'll just talk about it overall. And then if there's like any changes or edits I need to make, I'll make them on that last day. But this has been the list. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. It's a different tier list than usual. And just note that I'm not ranking these characters exactly how I ranked them on the tier list. Kit is the most important thing today. I still do have my speed and my heart tier list coming up very, very soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned to that. That's going to be very interesting. Talking about who's the best heart character in the game, like overall. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that, man. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Prophet Ninja, I do love y'all. I'm out.
On the sunny days, tell myself I'm